We're here with Tucson Roberts. What would your title be? I know it's the Cumberland County Economic Development.
I'm the Economic Development Authority, and I'm the CEO.
CEO.
President and CEO of the Economic Development.
Is that a private business or?
It's a public-private business. We have contributions from both industries and government as well.
So the income for this business comes from businesses as well as local government support?
We have
state and federal?
No state. It's all local, and it's private industries, local private industries, and local government.
So you're not really an authority under the local county or city?
We're a 501c6 organization, which we're just a nonprofit and get our funding from profit and public and private.
Well, we've got a lot going on in Cumberland County.
We got a lot.
And a lot of great things going on. The economy has really hit us hard. We've been seeing that in the news. WKNI has been reporting on a few things that have happened around the community, and we had Sitel, obviously, that laid off 158 plus people, and we've been reporting EJM. We'll talk to you about that in a moment, but I don't want to start off on a negative. Let's start off on some positive. Understand that there's going to be some good news coming forthcoming here shortly on some industry coming into the community, and we're not going to blab about it because obviously it's not to be blabbed about right now, but there is a positive coming out of everything, and I like to say when one door is closed, another one's opened.
You're exactly right about that, and you know, we've lost some industries around here, but this is a very hard and severe recession, and there's a lot of industry segments that were really hurt, particularly consumer goods, and we had a lot of the aircraft industry that's kind of on a down right now, but it'll come back, and it'll come back with a vengeance. We're talking with some prospects here now to use a couple of hangars out here at the airport, and I expect those to be consummated pretty quickly.
So the EJM hangars might be filled pretty quickly.
I think they will. Now, actually, EJM only leased one hangar from us. The other one was built, and it was finished in September, October time frame, so it's fairly new. It's never been occupied before. And what we're trying to do is get them both leased at the same time this time, because they both have a administrative center that's attached to them.
Well, that's another asset that we have out there. We keep hearing everybody talking about the assets out there that we have. Mm-hmm. The positive that we have out there. Well, let's back up just before we go. Hitting real hard there. Let's just say that there's people have to understand there's actually speculative building within government and business.
Yes.
That second hangar was speculatory to bring business in.
Yes.
So it wasn't like being put out there for EJM. If they wanted it, they could have had it. But it's a speculation building.
Right. It was built for another industry, not EJM. So whomever that may be.
Right. And there's a lot of that going on. I mean, we're sitting here in the incubator building. That's speculatory as well.
Speculative building, yeah, sure.
And it's
full. It's 100% full.
As I said, I pulled up, it's full.
We have no empty space in this incubator building now.
Are you thinking about expanding on this?
Not at the moment. We have other priorities right now to do, and we've gotten, this incubator building was, we probably got 1.3 million in it or something like that. But we had 5 or 6 grants and other sponsors that we had to get to do this. So what we need to do now is pay off what little bit of remaining debt we've got in the incubator, and then move forward again on it. Well,
quite a successful project here at the incubator.
Yeah, this is in anybody's book. This has been an incredibly successful project out here.
Now, there's a positive and there's a negative. It's called yin and yang, and in your industry, I consider you, and I'm not meaning anything other than being straight. You know how I am. You're a headhunter, okay?
Exactly right.
For business, all right? You go out, you grab yourself a business out there that you think is going to work well here, and you do whatever you have to do to convince them that they need to come to Cumberland County, Andalusia area. Is that correct?
That's one of the major things I do, yeah.
And you can go anywhere in the world to do that.
And in fact, I do.
And speaking of going anywhere in the world, rumor has it with us, or actually it's on a good source, that there is a good speculatory business coming in from outside the area, possibly within the next 6 to 8 months. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that's going to be a big boost for our economy.
Right, it will. And you know what these outside industries coming in, and certainly we appreciate our existing industries. They're the lifeblood of our economy. But what the outside industries do is they diversify our economy, and they give some of the people choices that they don't currently have. These industries require a different type of training. Most of them are aviation related, and they are very welcome in this community. But they're also very difficult to get. It's difficult to attract a high-wage industry to a rural area. And I think in one sense we appreciate them when we get them, but in the other sense understand that it's very hard to get them out here.
Well, one of the problems, and this is one of your problems that you have on selling Covington County in this area, is the job force. The job force has to meet a certain criteria.
That's true.
And right now we're coming out of a transition from textile and farming and produce into a state-of-the-art technology.
And we're well on the way, and that's a good point. One of the things that we have done to make that easier on our people is create that aviation school in this incubator. And it started out with 15 students, and now it's got in excess of 35. So it's growing strongly, and all of those students that come out of this school over here are highly trained, and they get jobs right off. Primarily, you know, even though we're in a recession, even though it's a bad economic time, those kids get jobs when they finish their training, either at Ozark or Mobile. Virtually 100% of them get jobs, and that's because they have skills that are valuable. And that's what we're trying to do, is get people to where they can get those skills and get a job, hopefully here in Covington County, where they can stay close to their families, but certainly within the region, to where they can be close within drive distance.
Well, that EJM was a huge hope on that. And
EJM was a starter. And what EJM? EJM is an important industry, and of course we're all sorry that they kind of a casualty of the recession. But EJM gave us really a
kickstart.
It gave us a kickstart, but those hangars out there are the result of EJM, and I'll say both of them are. And the extension of the runway. And the extension of the runway, plus the other improvements that the airport's made.
Fire department?
The fire department, we have a $1 million taxiway out there that connects the taxiways to the hangars. So a lot of improvements are either on the ground or underground out here. Hopefully we'll get an instrument landing system established as well out here soon. Well,
like I say, Tucson, when we first sat down, we want to get the positive out there, and this airport is huge. And I was talking to Jed Blackwell yesterday about it, and one of the things that people don't seem to keep in mind is that this is an infrastructure that we can build from. Excuse me. And with any city or any rural area or metropolitan area, you have to have something that is an asset to have businesses, either a port, okay, like in Mobile, or an airport that has the ability to take cargo and flights in, and have the runways to take the aircraft to do that as well. Shipping and receiving is a huge thing to businesses. If you get businesses in the community, you have to have a way to get their product out. And we've got a great asset right here for that. Is that correct?
Yeah. Successful communities, especially rural communities, have a specialty or a niche. And our niche is aviation here. I mean, we can do that. We don't have to have an interstate. You do not have to have a port. What you've got to have is a good workforce and a good airport. And we have that here. And we're trying to take that advantage and use it to bring other industries in. Now, whether they come in and they use Vector, or they use another company and expand those companies, that's fine. Just so they create more jobs. If they contract with them to do the work, that's even better. So it doesn't necessarily take a new industry, it just takes another industry doing business through one of our industries, and I think that's just as helpful.